look what she's doing. She's branching out with her very own cookbook called Live Wise, Easy Recipes for a Healthy and Happy Life. And here you are.
I'm here.
Did you see your life flash before your eyes with that piece?
There's so much. I go, really? How'd you find that?
Oh, trust me, there are bits and pieces of you everywhere. All you need is a little Googling on YouTube. So you have had this career that has spanned all these decades. Does it feel in your head like it's flashed by in a heartbeat, or does it seem like a long time ago when you were first doing this?
Kind of both. Life goes so quickly. I mean, you suddenly realize, my goodness, it's that many years, but it seems like yesterday, but it also seems like I was a different person, which you are. You evolve and grow in each decade, I guess. It's been amazing, and I get, reminded of all those things all the time, of course, because Greece is still so beloved by people, so it's great.
And you were just saying you were traveling, you were in London 2 weeks ago. Was it true?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yes.
Is it true that you travel over 250,000 miles a year to make appearances?
Probably. As I just finished a tour of Asia, and before that I was in Australia, and then I went to London, and then I came here. So, yeah, I'm traveling a lot. My husband and I travel a lot for his business, too, so.
Was it true, I mean, I've read these stories about Greece, if you don't mind taking a trip down memory lane, but is it true that Henry Winkler and Marie Osmond were originally going to be cast in it?
I don't know that. I mean, I've heard that, but I don't really know if that was true.
But you were at a dinner party at Helen Reddy's house.
Yes,
and that's
exactly.
how this all happened for you.
Yeah, that's right. Alan Carr was at the dinner and said, you'd make a great Sandy, and I was actually nervous to do it because I'd made a movie in England that was a bit of a disaster, and so long story made short, I asked if I could do a screen test to make sure that I could pull it off. I was all of 29 and was worried I couldn't look 18. You look back now and you go, what? But, at the time it's all relative,
And you and John Travolta had this amazing chemistry on camera.
Yes.
Are you guys still buds?
Yeah. Yes, we are, very much so.
Have you seen his new baby?
I know, not in person. I've seen pictures, though.
Now, they say Taylor Swift is going to be in the remake of Grease. Is that right?
I don't know that. Someone asked me last night who I thought would make a good new one. And I said that. So see how the word travels now? They're making it.
So you said it, and now she's got the job.
She's got the job. But my daughter actually would be exceptional at that role. I've always thought, because she's got it, and she sings my songs so well too. So we'll see what happens. She's 26.
And she is like a mini you?
Well, she's got her own look, but she's stunning. She could do it. Yeah, she's great.
Wow, how cool.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll even do it, but they've been talking about it for a long time, so we'll see.
One of the fun things was on Glee with Physical and Jane Lynch and all of that. I know we have some video of it, but this whole new generation is now hearing that music. If they're like my daughter, they think it's brand new.
Yeah, right.
And then when I know the words, they're freaked out.
Oh,
so how much fun was this?
That was a lot of fun, because when I walked onto the set, they had recreated it exactly the same as the video. So it was deja vu, and it was kind of freaky. And we had a wonderful time. And she's so funny, Jane. So we had a good laugh.
I'd forgotten about the older, fatter guys in the video originally. So when we looked at it earlier, we were laughing so hard. I'm like, what? I don't remember that. But wasn't there a point when you didn't want to release that song because you thought it was too physical?
Yes.
I mean, too
physical. Yeah, it was physical. I called my manager after I'd recorded it. I thought it was a great song. It was commercial and everything, but then I kind of freaked out and went, oh my God, it's too far. And called him and he said, it's too late. It's gone to radio, and it had gone like top 10 in the first 3 weeks. It was crazy. And then I said, well, then we've got to make a video, and let's do it about exercise, because that'll get this, anyway, it just went crazier. So I look back at all these things and laugh. No, not at all.
Well, speaking of exercise and being healthy, you have this brand new cookbook.
Yes.
Have you always been interested in cooking?
I like to cook, but I'm not a chef. My husband calls it kitchen roulette. I kind of throw in whatever's in the kitchen, I throw in. I just keep our favourite ingredients. So this book really came about as a fundraiser for my Cancer and Wellness Centre in Australia, and Lee Moffat, who's a friend of mine, suggested I did a cookbook. And so they're healthy and easy recipes, a lot of vegetarian recipes, vegan recipes, some with chicken, a few with fish and meat, but mostly veg, because I think we should need a lot more vegetables and fruits in our diets and grains. So there's kind of an opening how food's affected me during my life, and why I'm lucky enough to eat healthily, because I like it, because my mother force-fed me good food as a young child.
But was it because of the cancer that you then had to change everything in terms of the eating?
No, I mean, there was a period in my life when I was probably early, late teens and early 20s. I lived in London and lived in a flat with 3 other girls, and we ate really bad frozen peas and mashed potato and sausages kind of food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Isn't that what we all do?
Sounds good, doesn't it? So I ate badly, but I think since, after I had breast cancer, I became more conscious, but I was always pretty aware of health. And, when you're traveling that much, you have to eat well.
Before we end, I just have to ask you, what is the favorite song that you've done of all time? Your favorite hit?
It's so hard for me to answer that question. I really don't know. I don't have a favorite because there's so many songs I've been lucky enough. John Farrar probably has written my favorite songs for me. Some of them are not that famous. One called Falling that I love, and I love singing Suddenly as a duet, and I love Hopelessly Devoted and I Honestly Love You. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of them. But
Hopelessly Devoted.
Duet.
You sing.
But can I mention that the cookbook, or did I already say that all the money goes to the hospital?
You
the
did,
Wellness Center?
indeed.
Good. Okay, that's important.
And you're
thing.
going to be signing copies of the cookbook tonight at 6 p.m. at Barnes & Noble, which is on 105 Fifth Avenue and 18th Street. So if you want to meet Olivia in person, go show up at Barnes & Noble tonight. Thank you. It was such
nice
a
to meet
treasure
you.
to meet you.
Too.
I love your music, always have.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
I'd love to have her sing, but we're so hopelessly devoted. Thank you.